Hello and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to adjust a more fluent scene, how to basically eliminate the problem of having this abrupt change of scene and really noticing the cut. We don't want this, we want to have fluent editing, and the main problem for this is the audio aspect, since I guess all of us record it directly from the camera. Whenever we create a new shot, the position of the camera would change and also the background noise would also change. So when you have two scenes, obviously you have two audio scenes as well. And when the audio changes from one cut to the other, the cut is much more noticeable because to me, I think that the music and that the audio part of a film or any scene is basically what glues everything together and what gives it a much more fluent experience. And there's actually a little trick that we can do if we have the audio and visual recorded from our camera, and that's basically what I'm going to show you in this tutorial. So let's get started. Without further ado, the first thing that you want to do is, if you have your scene here and you want to cut to, let's say, this scene, obviously I'm using Robin working on his laptop just for the purpose of this tutorial. So what you want to do is, with the scene that you're cutting to, is you want to pull the visual up and you want to pull the audio down. What this allows you to do is it allows you to overlay it on top of the other. And now you might be thinking that the visual is overlaid. Of course it is, but it automatically cuts to the one that's above. And the audio, what it does is it doesn't eliminate one from the other, it actually combines both of the audios and sort of mixes it together as they're overlaid. So what you want to do is, if you have this overlay happening, obviously you're going to have to adjust the scene to change it to where you want to have the cut or where you want to cut it. So obviously if you have a longer scene and you say, oh, I don't want to change the point where I cut it too much, I'll just pull the scene along. Don't forget to pull the audio as well, it should be attached. And yes, you have this overlay, and already you should notice that the cut is a lot smoother because the audio is overlaid and it gives the viewer time to sort of adapt to the new sound, and it doesn't make this noticeable cut. Now if you want to do some fine-tuning and you want to increase the fluency, what you can do is you can actually adapt or change the volume of the audio that you've recorded. So if we change to the second scene, we can see up here under the Effects Controls panel, we have the volume, and we can adapt the volume the way we want. Now let's say if you want to say, okay, we cut to the new scene and there's no one talking directly and we want to slowly introduce the audio, then what we can do is, if we go right to the start, we can hit this little timer or watch bar, and we just hit on it under levels, and we see that we have this little symbol. And basically what this does is it saves the value that you put in at the beginning, and then changes to whatever value you put in later on. So if we say that we want to have it be really quiet in the beginning, let's just say we pull it right down, and then let's say, notice that when I move this bar, the bottom bar moves as well. Let's say halfway across around here we want it to be at full volume. Just go to 0, and there we go. And we see down here we have this visual change as well, because what you can do is you can just pull the yellow line as well to change the audio to your liking. And now what you have is you have this really smooth scene, the other audio gets introduced, and yeah, it basically should eliminate the problem of having this really abrupt change in both the visual and the audio aspect. Yeah, I hope this helped, and have fun editing.